like for real, that you can add to the truck and that fucking shit is gonna save you any fuel. Like that's fucking bullshit. Like just your foot and watching speed and shit like that.
At $5 a gallon.
$5 a gallon.
Man, what are some of the things that these guys could do out there to help the situation? I mean, there's not much we can do, but there's something.
Well, a couple of things. You know, for the most part, the loads one way or another will adjust.
Right.
It may not be as quick as we want, but eventually it will work itself out. Unfortunately, I think it will obviously cost some owner-operators to go out of business,
Right.
because that will be part of the adjustment.
Right.
There will be probably some trucks eliminated out of the picture, so there is going to be enough money for everyone who has endurance and more steady, and we gonna stick to their guns. For the most part, every time the fuel guy goes like this, I think, when was it the last time? Like 2008-ish, something like that?
Right around there. So we've been here before. It's not like
Yeah.
time.
Well, $5, maybe it's first time. Back then, in 2008, I was in Illinois, so I remember filling up, like 450, 470, something like that.
Yeah, but what were the rates? Do you remember that part?
The rates were a lot less. The rates were a lot less. So nothing is as bad as it may seem. Like, I know when somebody, has to plug that card in and starts putting the diesel into the tanks, and man, it looks like so hard to watch. But at the end of the day, it's all right. Like, sometimes it's trucking. Sometimes you have to work a little bit more to make a little bit less. Sometimes you have to work a little bit less to make a little bit more.
I'll take that
At
one.
the end of it, absolutely, everyone will. At the end of the day, it's going to be all right. Consistency, endurance, and sticking to the goals. So the goal is always amount of money you need to make by the end of the month. If your goal to fit into some like crazy and unpredictable and uncontrollable, like how much per gallon diesel needs to be for you to run your business, then you're doomed. How much per mile the load needs to pay for you to be in business, you're almost doomed.
Yeah, because you're just like living load to load at that point.
Yes, and you're pretty much fighting the things that you cannot control.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, so the only thing that you can control is always adjust. And, make certain adjustments to where, all right, hey, I guess, I'm going to have to do an extra load this month. Is that the cost? The hell with that. Do it.
Yeah.
As long as you can meet your, at least bare minimum needs. Now, when the fuel goes up like this, a lot of, magic gadgets starts appearing in the market. If you go to what is it? Like
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime, see, one of those magic gadgets. Like you bolt this on your truck and, your fuel economy is going to be whatever, like 15 miles per gallon. Most of that is BS. Like, sorry to tell you, probably all of it is almost like BS. So what helps for real? What helps for real? Fuel filters. What helps for real? Air filters. You can't even imagine how much air filter can help. A lot of these days drivers, we don't even know where the air filter at. That's a problem. And if that driver is an owner-operator, that's no good. Not good. So air filter, believe it or not, probably if you have pretty dirty air filter and you change it today, the first fill up will pay for your fuel filter. I mean air filter.
Okay.
This is how important it is. Like it can easily, all clogged up air filter will give you at least 1 mile per gallon less.
Wow.
So times 300. Here we go. Like you just bought yourself a couple of those air filters. That helps. The speed limit. A lot of times we see the drivers, we want to have the most powerful engine. We want to have the most biggest, baddest truck. This is not what counts. You got to find that sweet spot for your truck. Like, again, I probably mentioned that 2,000 times already, pretty much every video that we did. One of my trucks was Peterbilt with a C15 Cat engine. Really, hard to feed the truck. it just loved that diesel. The problem is, you can still find the sweet spot. It's probably never going to be as good as some other options out there. However, I used to drive 63 miles an hour. regardless of where I'm going, how fast I need to get there, 63. Because anything above 63, I'm working for free. Like not free, but I'm wasting my potential.
Yeah.
So I'm better off driving slower, and by driving slower, maybe I'm gonna do one trip less, but the all around money
It's
is gonna be better because I chose to drive slower. So that's another thing. Watch your foot. You know, you have to be very, very gentle how you drive. And,
You know, it's kind of
that
funny
helps.
you're saying that. As a recruiting counterpart of mine, you know, one of the things they highlight is that they govern their trucks. Again, we don't deal with company trucks, nothing like that, but they do, governing their trucks at 73 versus 75, something like that. That's the fuel at that point. I mean, maybe newer trucks. I don't know if that makes, you know.
That, and also, you know, here's what we're dealing with. With you guys, you're like either the people that are watching this are even owner operators or people who wants to become owner operators.
Yeah.
One of the two. So for you, it's a different story. Your business is not about how fast you're gonna go. Your business is about how effective you're gonna be, how much money you're gonna make. So if that's you, I doubt that sweet spot is 73. I really doubt. I think it's 65-ish and under. That's where it's probably at. Maybe I've seen some rare exemptions where, you know, 67, 68. Once you get into that 70, you can tell your mom about it. But like, I'm not gonna be the guy who's gonna, you know, believe it. Now, so here we go. That's that. The companies that, you know, locking their trucks at 72, 73, 74, 75, whatever. We are in a different business. We have drivers to attract, and you know, it's hard to find a good driver.
Yeah.
And these days, the drivers, you know, like I don't know. If I have 1,000 companies that hiring right now, and this company has trucks that governed at 75, and this company has trucks that governed at 65, because I'm not the one paying for fuel.
You want 75.
I want 75, and we have to deal with that market. So I say, if you're thinking about, oh, that must be that, you know, fuel economy thing, no, not these days.
Yeah.
Before, maybe. These days, I think that governed number is all about the lowest number we can get away with to still get drivers.
You know, another good tool is the fuel. Well, we have our fuel app for these guys to get discounts at the pump. We pass along that savings to the owner app. Not sure if your company does that or not, or if they should have an app these nowadays.
Or maybe not an app, but for the most part, any fuel card will have a discount program. So
Trip planning around that is so important. I get it. Some guys like pilots to the TAs to this, to that, because of the showers and the points, and that's vital for over-the-road lifestyle. I mean, you know, free showers and this and that. It adds up.
Everybody gives free showers.
Yeah, but I mean, some guys are going to perform it. Some guys want it. Some guys like the programs better at a pilot, or at a TA, and people have preferences. And sometimes those preferences are so strong that you would rather go that route to get those kind of points than to fuel up at a Flying J.
Or I think some people just are not the believers into those programs, and we think, you know, again, based on my experience, so it's easier to find a nice, clean pilot than a nice, clean TA or Flying J. So that could be a thing. You know, if you're going to a shower, if you live on the road, that counts too. But at the end of the day, the amount of money that you can save using fuel discounts at the choice of whatever the carrier that you work for is suggesting is probably going to be worth to get fuel there and shower wherever you want and pay for it.
That's my point.
So here we go. And when we're talking about savings, there is a lot of money in those savings. Sometimes we see, you know, a couple $100 per week. And to some driver who doesn't care, that doesn't mean nothing. We're not subscribing to that.
Oh, yeah. We were reviewing that. I had a guy save $100 on a fill-up just last week. So it matters. That's
so here we go. One guy says, this is BS, like it doesn't work or whatnot, and the other guy is just like
counting his money. Yep.
learning the program and counting his money. That's how it works, I think. So at the end of the day, I think, you know, watch your foot, take it nice and easy, drive slow.
filters.
or at least slower. Make sure all your filters are clean. Make sure you do proper truck maintenance. Make sure your tires are good, because that's another one. If your tires or the tires on the trailer is way underinflated, your fuel economy is going to be garbage no matter what you do. What else? That's pretty much the only things that you can really do to get that fuel economy, to where it needs to be.
Yeah. Hope that helped. If somebody got a different idea that works for them, drop it in the comments below. We'd be glad to share that with everybody else. Wherever you can save, hey, that's better business for everybody.
Yeah, and if you are a donor operator somewhere in the Florida area looking for a carrier to lease onto, give us a call.
863-342-5171.
We're right here in Lakeland, Florida. As a matter of fact, in Mulberry, Florida, just a few miles south, which is a lot better than Lakeland, Florida.
It is. Because we're here. So what about that? So you really think they sell like extra like gadgets and crap, like fuel additives and all that bull crap? Is that even going to help anything, man?
No, man, I think that's all bullshit, man.
So there's no other way to get 15 miles to the gallon.
And then that's it. And then that's the end of the video.